So today we're going to talk about launching your business. What do I mean by that? So most people that get into network marketing, they join a business. They sign an application, but they never launch. They just kind of casually go through the process over and over again. And I'm just going to tell you right now, you're not going to casually hit any top rank in this company. You're not going to casually hit the top income levels. Now, if your goal is to make a few $100s a month and get your product paid for, no problem. If you're here to maybe make an extra $500 a month, not a problem. But if you're looking to go full-time, if you're looking to build that full-time, I'm talking about financial freedom day, set you free type of income, then it's going to require that true commitment. And what I mean by launching is, there's a saying that I love, either one day or day one. It can be one day in the future that you're going to get to launching your business, or today can be day one. When I launched my business here, we put together the names list. I did all of the maintenance of getting my list together and organizing it. I had several hundred names on the list. I had a big piece of paper that I taped to my kitchen window, big, poster board sheet of paper about this size, and I had literally hundreds of names. And in the second column, I had, put them in process. And so I had a column for the ones that I had now moved and invited. And then the third column were people that now I was in the process of following up with, and the status, right? So for me, when I launched my business, it was like, I'm going all in. What I realized was that if I really went for it in the first 30 days, and my personal goal was to sponsor 30 people in 30 days. Doesn't mean that has to be your goal. We're all different. But for me, I wanted to sponsor 30 people in 30 days. And I knew that if I did that, it would create so much excitement, so much momentum. And momentum is a networker's best friend. John Maxwell refers to it as the great exaggerator. It'll amplify everything. But I knew that if I created a big story, success story, and I rank advanced several times in the first month, and I had all these people joining me, that everybody around me was going to be watching, and they would want to be a part of this movement that we're creating. Why? Because everybody wants to be a part of a movement. Nobody wants to be left behind, right? No one's inspired by somebody who casually reaches out to a couple of people, hey, trying this thing out. No one's going to be inspired by that. But the person that literally just sets themselves on fire and goes for it, people are going to pay attention to that. One of my favorite quotes is shine bright with belief, and people will come from miles just to catch a glimpse. And that's so true. In network marketing, it's the same thing. So if you're going to inspire someone, you've got to launch, right? If we went and started that traditional business, if it was that restaurant that we've been talking about, and today was day one, we would have a grand opening. We'd have a ribbon cutting ceremony. We would have invited everybody that we know. So for me, what I did is I had my names list, and I identified not just my top 10, but I identified my top 50. Who were the 50 people that were on that list of hundreds of names now that I had created that I was going to reach out to literally within the first 48 hours? There's a saying that I also love, which is success loves speed, right? The more that you create urgency and really get after it, the more that things just start to kind of, build, and momentum starts to build in your favor. So for me, I had 50 people, and here was the goal. When you launch your business, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this in the coming trainings ahead, but the goal is to fill those top 3 positions that you have. These positions are like oceanfront property. When they're gone, they're gone. And then below those positions, each one of those has 3 spots. So my goal was within the first 48 hours, I was going to fill those 12 positions. Those 12 positions. Why? Because I know the value. I know the value of these positions, because they're going to be, everything that happens from this point forward is going to go below those people that are positioned in those organizations. Number 2 is I know the people that choose to lock arms with me right now are going to benefit tremendously from my future efforts. Why? Because this is going to be the biggest thing that I've ever done in my life. This is the biggest opportunity that I've ever been a part of, and I'm going for it. And I know the people that choose to lock arms with me right now are going to benefit tremendously. Another way of putting it is I have 12 seats on a rocket ship that is going to the moon. And that's how I looked at it, and that's how I treated it. So I wrote out my script of how I was going to reach out to those top 50 people. And when I got them on the phone, I texted them first, and I said, listen, I need to chat with you. When are you available? It's important. I let them know right up front, listen, I need to talk to you ASAP. It's important, right? I'm just letting them know there's a strong sense of urgency here. I need to talk to you right away. Many of those people were available right away. I got on the phone with them and I said, listen, I've only got a couple of minutes here. I don't have time to get into all the details, but I need you to know something. I am launching a business in the cryptocurrency space. It's the hottest conversation in the world today. I have 12 key positions. These positions are literally going to benefit from everything that I do from this point forward. To have your name on one of those positions, it's $269. That's an all-in pack, and that includes the $50 distributor fee. Now look, I've got about 50 people that I'm going to be calling today. You are on my short list. You're one of the first people that I'm calling. I need to know right now, do you want your name on one of those positions? Tell me yes, tell me no, but tell me fast because I got to go. I got 49 more people to call. Guys, when you come at someone from a place of posture and confidence like that, what it does is it creates this fear of loss. The people on the other end of the phone are going, I don't want to miss out on this. And they don't even need to know all of the details. Now, some people might have questions. Some people were like, okay, well, tell me more. What is it? And I just simply said, look, I don't have time to get into all the details right now. I can send you a presentation that explains all the details. And you can text me back as soon as you've watched it if you want one of these positions. But I can't promise you one of those 12 will still be available. And you know what? I filled those 12 positions in the first day. Within the first day. Why? Because I knew the value of what I was bringing to the table. And because I created a very strong sense of urgency and a fear of loss. And so, when I talk about launching your business, I'm talking about, look, don't just dip your toe in the water. There's nothing more torturous than walking into cold water and easing in as slow as you can, right? It's painful. And most people in network marketing, they die a dreadful death doing it that way. The best thing to do is just to do a cannonball. And you know what? It may be cold at first, but you acclimate very, very quickly. And I promise you, guys, that whether it's your top 50 or even whether it's your top 10, if you decide that today is going to be day one and that you're going after it, you've made your names list, if you haven't put your people in process yet, you decide that today is the day, and you go put even those top 10 people in process with that kind of sense of urgency, I guarantee you're going to get some people that want to look at the business. But what's going to happen is you're going to gain some confidence. And with confidence comes competence. And the more competence that you have, the more success that you have, the more credibility that you build. And that's the key to this business. With credibility, you have solvency. Without it, you're bankrupt. So again, if we can get you here, 1, 2, 3, within the first day or first couple days, listen, you've already rank advanced. That's a story that we're going to be telling. And then once you get to here, guess what? You've rank advanced again. And now you're into the money. Now you've already you're part of the $500 a month club, and you just got started. So that was my goal. My goal was to go big or go home. I'm not here to play around. My family's goals and dreams, my why is extremely important to me. This is, listen, if you treat this like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. But if you treat it like a business, it'll pay you better than any business that you can imagine. But you've got to launch your business. That's the most important part or important step to this business. Another thing that you can do that we want you to do, here's the action step. In addition to filling those top spots, the next thing that we want you to do is we want you to schedule a launch call. A launch call, right? So in the next 7 days from today, I want you to pull out your calendar. And I want you to pick most likely an evening is usually best, but it doesn't always have to be an evening. Coordinate this with your upline or your upline leaders. They're going to help you do this call. Pick a day, and you're going to build for it. Ask your upline. They're going to be the ones that do the presentation for you. Your job is just to follow the scripts. Let people know that you're excited, that you've come across something that you are literally, it's giving you insomnia because you can't even sleep at night. You're so excited about it, and invite them to come and listen. And if they ask you what it is, just say, listen, all of the information that you're looking for is going to be on this call. What I can promise you is this: it'll be well worth your time. Your job is just to invite them to that launch call. Get as many people as you can on that call. We look for a minimum of 10 people. on a launch call, and then we, the upline leaders, will come and literally do that call for you. Your only responsibility on that call is to welcome everybody and introduce your upline leader properly. So schedule, that's the next step. Action step number 4 is schedule your launch call in the next 7 days. Let's get it on the calendar right now. Notify your upline leaders, and we'll make sure that one of us is available to help you launch your business. Thanks so much for tuning in. Click the green button once you've scheduled, and let's move on to the next step. Take care.